Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to a surprise midnight stream thing I got going on here. Let me know if you can hear me okay. If you can't hear me okay, then I'm going to adjust the audio settings before I start talking some more. So let me know. Please. I do know that we have a few people in the, few people here. We have JC, she is here. Did someone say there was a book release? Yes. When did I think to put this on? Today. Because, better last minute than nothing at all. It's a party because we're all party animals in our 40s for sure. Yes. All right, cool. All right. Last time I tried using these, they wouldn't stay connected to my laptop Bluetooth wise, so I just have them hardwired in. All right, so here's what I thought I would just talk about my book, show off the cover, talk about the blurb and stuff like that, and then if any of y'all have a question about it or anything at all, let me know. Be a good hour two, depending on how chatty I feel. Depends on how chatty the comments are. The chat is, you know what I mean. Yes, I did it, and that's the point. Woo, yes. Okay, so Laura, does that mean you're going to join me on screen? Or does it mean you're going to join in the chat? Let me know. Because I will pay attention for the I'm not in my normal spot. I'm on my bed, which I used to all the time, but I haven't done it in a while. Why am I in my room? Because my husband stayed up all night, dinking around on his computer, and then he dinked around it some more because stuff crashed. And, yes, Laura's here, yay! And, anyways, she's out there watching TV, and her TV is supposed to be a smart TV, but for whatever reason, you can't connect your Bluetooth headset or whatever to the TV. So he has his computer plugged into the TV with HDMI, and he's watching a movie through his computer, the visual on the TV, the audio in his ear, so he doesn't have to turn it up nice and loud and bother everybody while they should be sleeping. That was long-winded. Okay, so Laura's about to get a tarot reading, and then she'll hop on. Yay. All right, so for those of you who don't know who I am and you're watching this now on live stream or rewatching it later, because I appreciate all those rewatches that I see people doing, my name is Stephanie Marie Whitson. I am an author of 8 books, now 9 books, I believe. I gotta count for a minute. I don't remember. Anyhow, today at midnight, about midnight Central Standard Time, thereabout, I will be releasing my first standalone fantasy novel. No, it doesn't feature dragons. It features a witch, and it features a river that the witch has to connect to and get her powers. I wouldn't say she gets her powers from there, but the power of the river plays a character in the book, as well as helping her hone in on her magical type skills. Why did I start writing fantasy? No, let's go back to who I am. I am publishing this book today. It's on Amazon as a paperback, ebook, everywhere else. It is not in Kindle Unlimited this time around. Let's see here. What else would you want to know about me? I sometimes make vlogs. I am on a lot of live streams. I've been doing some shorts lately. I used to do 2 vlogs a week. I got off the bandwagon. Let's hope I get back to that eventually. I think that's about it for this book. If you got any more questions, pepper away. I know a couple of you that are watching this have already seen my cover because I couldn't help myself. But I thought maybe I would show my cover. hold on. Oh my gosh, so many buttons, guys. So I'm going to show my cover as I'm talking so you guys can see it. Let's see. Share the screen. There we go. Share. Okay. It is all the buttons. My gosh, so many buttons. I think I like it this way. There you go. So this is the cover to my book. Yes, all the buttons is correct. Monique Joyner Seedlack, I'm horrible with names, I'm sorry, says, happy release day. Luckily for me, it's 6:49 here, and I enjoy watching Australians during breakfast. Thanks. It took a minute, more like lots and lots of minutes for me to figure out what type of cover I wanted, if I wanted a solid background, what kind of edging, things of that nature. So, and then my first version of this, the version that's live on Amazon, it's a little bit more over to, it's a little more bent over to the left if you're looking at it, because the S apostrophe was a little bit too close to the edge. But other than that, I like it. It's great. It is multiple images all put together. Let's see here. Thank you, Monique. I appreciate it. Say hello. Oh, Laura is asking, how did you pick your characters' names? Do they have particular meanings? Hold, please. Sorry, I had to get, my cat was scratching out the door. So anyways, okay, so how did you pick your characters' names? Do they have particular meanings? For this instance, the main character's name is Elizabeth, and I wanted something that would be normal or typical to have during the time period the book is set. The book is set in 18th century England, like the Georgian era England, 18th century, and I felt like Elizabeth would be a name that you could hear back then. I was going to use Morgan, but I used that for a different book, and then I also thought the name Desiree, but that was before I put it in the 18th century England, so that didn't really work. So in this instance, it doesn't really have a meaning other than I wanted it to be a name that would be during that time period. All right, so this book, River's Edge, is so far the only book with these characters. I'm calling it a standalone. It's not part of a series. This is my only version series, nothing. It's all in one complete story as it is. I actually made the first outline and drafting back in, I want to say, the summer of 2020 when everybody was stuck at home and doing nothing. So I was just drafting and coming out with different outlines. And back then I didn't want to write, I wasn't in the mood to write a bunch of fantasy. I was doing small town romance. So I'd set it aside for 5 years, and then I came back to it, and it was a good 4,000 words, a 4,000 word detailed outline. So I'm like, oh, let's just fill it out some more and see what I can do with it. And that's how I came about finishing it this past summer. I think I'm a serious girl because I like expanding on a world and having different people, different characters come in and out, and maybe not a character being in every single book, but I've written standalones, I've written series, and I think I like series better, which is funny because I have two more standalones that are coming out this year. All right, so for this year, I have River's Edge, which is YA fantasy set in 18th century England, and then I have two more fantasies coming out in June and July, but they are contemporary standalone fantasies as well. No characters are named the same, no shared plots, or no shared settings or anything like that. But then I also have two other three-part series that are coming out in February, March, and April, and then August, September, and October. They're all small town romances, and I have this grand plan that at some point I'm going. My plan is the different small town series I have. They're all going to interconnect with each other at some point. That's the plan overall. Um, I mean, it could be the first in a series. I don't have any plans to make it a series. That being said, I did say I am a series girl, so I may continue it down the line, but as of right now, I don't have plans to do so yet. In fact, all the rest of the books I have planned for this year, I've already written them, they're drafted, I already made the covers, and they're ready to go. So honestly, I could spend a good chunk of time drafting this year for the following year's books, which what I should be doing as a smart author, right? So this summer, I'd spent a lot of time in the house, soaking up the AC, drinking ice water, and I'd spent time just dictating to Google Docs different ideas of stories, and then I was going through all my Google Doc files, cleaning out my Google Drive to see what was there, what was there or not there, and I realized I had enough for several different plots, and so I went with wherever those plots were taking me. I love these questions, guys. Are you more character driven in your writing or plot driven? Oh, that's a hard question. I think character driven because I can't really ever think of what the plot is going to be until I figure out who this character is. I feel like I can't decide what this character is going to go through until I know the type of character that he or she is. Because I definitely feel like the decisions that my characters make or take or the journeys they go on are decisions that are made from them as opposed to being forced upon them by the outside world. What areas have you improved in your writing the most since your first book? Description. Definitely, I think my descriptions and adding the description to where activities and conversations are taking place. I definitely think description overall has improved. I think also my editing has improved. There's a lot of crutch words I don't use as much anymore. And what would you say your favorite part of the writing process is? Definitely coming up with the main characters and figuring out where they live in this made up town in relation to each other, and figuring out where the different main parts of the story are taking place. So, for example, in one of my books, there was a dock, like a boating dock, like a dock by the river, and then there was a park and a school and a library. Figuring out where all those things were in relationship to each other. That was really fun to come up with. I might have spent a little too much time looking at places for sale and rent in different small towns to figure out what type of porches they had, what type of yards they have. Creating the world and creating the characters, I think, is my favorite part. When I make $1 million from book sales, what would you buy or invest in first? Okay, once I make $1 million in book sales, I think I would probably invest in. Well, okay. Well, I hope before I make $1 million that if let me put it this way. If I don't have one already, by the time I make $1 million, I would invest in a professional book cover designer for my books. If I already have one, by then $1 million, I would invest in a piece of property that has water nearby, like a flowing river, and a porch that's all wrapped around, and a chicken farm. And then I'd probably invest in some like stocks and bonds, like a few different companies. Do you ascribe to any particular writing method, be it outlining or discovery writing? No, because I'm not the type to say you should outline or you should discovery write or you should do this or that. I say do what works for you, and for myself, each book has been a little bit different. My first book in my small town romance series, Ways of Love and Laughter, I discovery wrote that like 80% of the way, and then I outlined the ending. And then from each book after that, I figured out the two main characters, what their like fun and games section of the book would be, like the things that would be fun for us to read, maybe not for them to go through, and the ending. And I would just work my way through it. And when I get to a certain point, I would get like, I'm not really sure where it's going to go, so I'd stop. And I would like kind of bullet point outline the next 4 or 5 chapters, write those, and continue forward. Now, I feel like I can discovery write / outline / discovery write, however you want to look at it, with the books I've been writing, because they are contemporary world, less world building, world building. But I feel like if I'm gonna deep dive into more fantasy novels, as well as the one that I am calling the Talking Fish story, any further than it is now, I definitely feel like I need to do some more world building and more outlining with those type stories. Because I think fantasy, for me, my fantasy writing would need more outlining than, let's say, contemporary romance. Thank you. Let's see. Do you need motivation to put your butt in the chair to start writing, or do you follow a strict routine regardless of whether the motivation is there to write? So here's the thing. I would like to be one of those people that would write like 5 days a week, 4 hours a day, every day. But I cannot. Mainly because I cannot sit at a computer and write stories because of my 90% fused spine. In fact, I've written and sat at the computer desk so much in the last year that my posture has started to pay for it. Now, if you see, like this shoulder is up higher than this shoulder, more so than it has been in the past. So I need to do some stuff about that. But I did this past fall, 2 months ago, I did a 3-month challenge. 3 months. 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 3 summer and fall, I did take a lot of time when I was like laying in bed or laying on the couch and not the computer. And I would like type on my phone or talk to my phone. So that was the way I got around having to sit at the computer. I do find that if I have a deadline, if I do have a deadline that I've announced and say I'm going to have this done by this time, even if it's not a pre-order deadline, I'm more apt to meet that as opposed to like, oh, I'm going to have a book written in the next month or two. Whenever it gets done, I'm more apt to like push it away. If does that answer that question, I hope so. Is there a genre you would like to write in that you haven't yet? I really want to write a mystery novel or a cozy mystery novel. I even got a workbook that says how to outline a cozy mystery. I think it's really fun to write because I love watching crime shows and figuring out who done it. So I really think I would like writing one. And I just imagine myself having like a murder board on my wall over there, and then I can figure it out. So although the book that's releasing is historical fantasy, a genre that I would absolutely never want to write in, because I'm not a fan of reading this genre, is historical romance. Like 1800s, 1900 time period romance. Though I do really want to watch and read Pride and Prejudice, but it's just, I feel like there's just way too many details that needs to be historically accurate that I don't think I could figure out writing it. So, thanks. It's one of my, I will do this at some point before I die. Options. Hopefuls. Things I would like to do. All right, for anyone that doesn't have it already, I do have all my links to my books and the book that's up now, down the description box below. Here is the link. It's the books to read, Universal Book Link. One that has like Amazon and Apple and Everend, Smashwords, Hoopla, Fable, and then once it goes live, I'll have Barnes and Noble and a couple other ones on there. How many projects are you currently working on? Well, I handed off several projects to get formatted. I have 3 more projects to hand off to get formatted, and then those will be done. But those I wouldn't call working on because they're done other than being formatted and uploaded to the different places. Currently, once all of my books are formatted and uploaded, I actually only have one project that is not finished. That is my talking fish story. And I also have one other romance one. I'm going to call it The Disaster Dates. So it's a blind date situation, and like things go wrong on it and things won't go wrong on it. And this book, I think it might connect a couple of the different small town romance series together. because I think they might be in one, and then be in one, and then travel to a different area. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work. So I think two. I have projects that are not finished. That's it. I should probably get some more going. All right, so there is the link to my River's Edge book. Do you make mood boards for your projects? I actually don't make mood boards for my projects because I know me and I would just be forever working on them and never actually work on my projects. I did do one. I did like a Pinterest board. Let me see if I can find it. If I can find it, I can show you. I was doing a Pinterest board for one of my, like my first or second book when there was a wedding in it. So I was doing it for that one. Let me see if I can find it here. All right. All right, I'm going to answer this next question and then I will show you. And a Pinterest board. Laura asked if I ever written poetry. Yes. And would you ever participate in a poetry slam? Okay, I imagine, okay, what exactly is a poetry slam? I feel like a poetry slam would be like people throwing insults at each other with poetry, but is that really what that is, or I'm just being overly dramatic with that? When I was like 16, I entered in a poetry thing onto poetry.com. I won an award to like go to this thing to like present it, but it was, and then supposedly my poetry poems were published in a book somewhere, but I don't think that ever happened. I don't even know what happened to it. Well, it might be in the living room and your headphones are in the car. You're so not prepared, are ya? All right. I'm going to show you guys my. I haven't been on Pinterest in like years, so I'll just show it to you guys, okay? Let's see here. All right. All right, here is my Pinterest board. It was for, let's see what it's called. Kisses Wedding. So originally my book series was written into different titles. So it's Love and Lattes, Love and Kisses, Love and Chance, Love and Sunset, Love and Family, Love and something else. Okay, but then I rewrote it and I combined it together. So I wanted something to look at for descriptions of the different outdoor settings, and so this is what I came up with. I thought it might be purple or blue, but I ended up going with this yellow and blue, like sunflowers and blue, because the wedding's to be outdoors. And I picked sunflowers because my daughter hates sunflowers and I really like the color blue. So this is kind of like inspiration for like different descriptions of things. That is the one and only, that was the one and only time I made a mood board for anything. And it took me for hours and hours of time away from writing, so I haven't done it since then. All right, so poetry slam is you stand in front of the audience and form your poem. The audience judges it, and there are rounds that leads to a winner. That might be fun. That might be fun to do. My wedding colors for myself were blue and white. I wanted like TARDIS blue and white. And then I added, I think, greenery to it, but it was mostly blue and white. Lots of white flowers, blue. The boys all wore black shirts with blue ties. I wore a white dress. There was like blue and white, blue and white decoration everywhere. It was outside as well. So that was the only time I made a mood board. Which, I don't know if that was really a mood board, but yes. I think that was the only time I made a board of any kind for that stuff. Yeah, I'm looking through the rest of my boards. I have one for the one I did for my own wedding, but like none of it came accurate. So, anyways, that's about it right there. All right, so I thought I would go back to sharing that one. Really? No. I hate the buttons. So many buttons. Oh my gosh. All right. So I thought I would I was going to read you guys the description of my book, okay? For those of you that don't know what it's about, I'm going to read to you the very lengthy, longest product listing I've written so far. I'm not exactly sure when it will get released to your Kindles because it's still saying it's in pre-order status. So I'm not exactly sure when the time zones line up. But anyways, I'm going to read it to you. River's Edge. Magic flows in her veins, but can she master it before it consumes her? Set in the atmospheric landscapes of early Georgian England, River's Edge is a richly woven tale of magic, mystery, and personal discovery for young adults who crave historical fantasy with depth. Elizabeth's life has always been ordinary on the surface, but beneath the quiet rhythms of her family estate lie secrets that could change everything. Her grandmother whispers of hidden powers. Her parents tread cautiously around dangerous truths. Elizabeth herself is caught between longing for a normal childhood and the irresistible pull of the magical legacy that runs in her veins. When dark forces begin to Ta-da! Hi. Okay. I'm going to just continue reading and then I'll come back. Okay. When dark forces begin to target her family, Elizabeth is thrust into a world she has only glimpsed in shadows and half-remembered lessons. Guided by her grandmother, she must master her abilities, learn to read the currents of the river, a mystical force intertwined with her family's magic, and wield a powerful artifact whose history is as mysterious as it is potent. Every spell, every decision carries consequences, and Elizabeth quickly discovers that power without wisdom can be more dangerous than any adversary. The end. So, let me tell you, that took me a long time. And I think I was in my flowery writing stage at that point. I go through periods where I'm just going to write it plainly, get over with, and then other times I'm like, let's add all the flowery words. Apparently it was that time. So thanks for joining me on screen. Appreciate it. Also, love all the questions you've been asking. Both you and JC. Both you and JC. Love it.
Let's just bombard.
Hey, I shared it in the 12-week year Discord thing. I was like, hey, if anyone wants to pester me with questions,
I took up the challenge.
Hey, it's all good because I don't know. Sometimes I'll have notes what I think I'm going to talk about, but then I don't know. I go on tangents, and obviously, if you guys are asking the questions, somebody wants to know. So,
So here's a question.
yes,
What's one note that you wrote that we haven't touched yet?
you've touched it all. Honestly, there's barely anything. Um, I was like, share the link and share the description and share the title. Like someone's probably going to ask about outlining, other ideas, and where I get my names. Like those are the things I knew somebody would ask. So, yeah, honestly, I don't. When you guys ask me like any other projects, I'm like, I honestly don't have any other projects. I have projects coming out all year, but they're done. They're all done. In fact, I have to send an email to Sky for the like last three ones that she's gonna be working on a bunch. They're all she's doing is formatting them so they'll look tidied and spaced correctly on the inside. So that's it, really. I think I'm just fresh out of ideas. They'll come to me again, as if that's
So,
ever a problem, right?
so there's river magic in this book?
Yes. Yes.
How did you come up with that? Is that based off of something else?
All right. So, in my, all right. So this is how I went. I discovery wrote 25,000 words of my talking fish story. Okay, and then I set that aside and like randomly like outlined these couple of different ideas, and one of them was like, this is dumb, don't use this. I ended up using it and retweaked it. But in my talking fish story, her water dragon that she's bonded to, because they're both born underneath on the day of an eclipse, so they're bonded. The water dragon comes out of the river whenever she senses the human person and needs guidance or help. And so then that's what made me think of this one. This one was originally going to be called the River Witch, but then I was getting tongue-tied saying River Witch a lot, so then I went to River's Edge. That's literally how I came up with the title of this one. It was just like one of those like, oh, well, I have this type of story, and it just kind of went from A to Z randomly in my head. Like it kind of just sparked another idea. And then I started writing it with them in a horse, like in a carriage. So I was like, well, obviously they're not in contemporary world. So, yeah, that's how I came up with that one. I like water. I always feel more calm when I'm near bodies of water myself. So I think that's why a lot of my books are by the water or involve water elements. Which, yeah, yep.
So is the river in the book based off a real river that you've been to?
Yes, but it's not in England because I've never been to England, by the way.
Ah.
It's based off a river that I spent a lot of time at when I was little. It's on the Oregon coast.
Uh-huh.
It's in Tillamook County. It's called the Kilches River, and like every time I would go down there every couple months, the water would greatly change. Like sometimes it'd be nice and high, sometimes it'd be low, and there'd be like a little islands of pebbles and rocks in the middle. So it just varied depending on how much water was going through it. So that's kind of like how I imagined the river in this book.
Cool.
So, yes.
How old were you when you learned how to swim?
What do you mean learn how to swim? Like,
Do you
like,
know how to swim?
I can swim very well on my back, just fine. I cannot swim with my face in the water. I do not. I can in dire situations blow like bubbles through my nose under the water, but it's not my favorite thing to do. I can float on my back all day long, swim on my back all day long. I do know how to get out of the ocean when I get ripped, when there's a rip current.
Yeah.
When I was on the Oregon coast going to school, we had swim lessons every year. First half of the 3 weeks was about how to properly interact, how to treat the ocean with the respect. If you're on the water, you get capsized with the boat, how to survive. If you're on the beach and get pulled in by current, how to swim back out. Because a lot of times most people just want to swim straight towards shore, like straight out. but then the water's always going against their chest and dragging them back. So what you want to do is come at an angle. So that way it is a longer swim, but it's less strenuous.
Yeah.
I do not feel comfortable going in the pool unless I can touch the bottom of the pool and my head is above water.
Do your characters swim in the book with the river?
Yes. Don't ask me which one, I forgot. But yes, I remember writing it. Okay. One of my, I want to say it's either in this book or in the book that's coming in July, they go into the water. I know it's horrible, but so here's the thing. I like drafted all this stuff and then I spent like 2 or 3 months madly like editing it all. So I forgot exactly what character did, which character went in the water, but I know it is one of the books.
Somewhere in the mix.
Somewhere in the mix.
So I don't know if you said, but how many pages is this book?
120 pages.
Nice.
It is in. Do I have a book? I don't have any book near me. It's a 5 1/4 by 8 paperback. And no, I don't have a copy of this book yet because Amazon takes forever sending anything out. So, as an author, so I think I'll probably just order like a copy as a customer,
Yeah.
and that way I can have it on my shelf at
When
least.
you order the author copy side, it takes forever to ship.
It does. It does. It takes, and it seems like,
Weeks.
yeah. Last time it took 3 weeks. The time before that it took 2.5 weeks. So that was, so yeah. The first time took 2.5 weeks. So then the second time, I remember I did. The first time 2.5 weeks, and then I realized I had some errors in my cover. So then I redid it. But I was like, "There's no way I'm going to get in time for this library author talk I was doing." So then I lowered the prices as low as Amazon would allow me. And then I ordered them, and as soon as they shipped, I put them back up to what I wanted them to be.
Yeah.
And it still took a week. A week. There was like 25 books. I'm like, really? You couldn't get here any faster? So, but yeah, I see that JC says hers got to her in a week, but I'm also wondering like where the printing offices are compared to where people live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have another question.
What's up?
Do you have any bonus scenes for this story? For this book?
No.
No.
No. So when you guys do like bonus scenes or other people do bonus scenes, are they like bonus scenes that they're like, okay, I need to make one so I can create a bonus scene, or is it like a scene that they decided to take out but they're gonna add it at the end of like how do you guys
Could be either or.
That's not helpful.
Mine right now for studying demonology are side conversations that happen between characters that are not my POV characters. So they were not there to hear it.
Okay.
But I wanted people to be able to see it go down. So
Oh, okay. Like
Yeah.
information that was discovered
it's been
off
relayed.
the page.
Yeah,
but
it's
not-
been relayed, but you didn't get to see the confrontation.
JC, why you no? Okay, here's the thing. Newsletter services hate me to passion. Okay, I've tried Midler Lite. I've tried the one with the Mailchimp. Didn't like I didn't like them because they didn't like me not having like a personal like email or like a business email. They didn't like I was using
Yeah.
email. So the closest thing I have to a newsletter is my Substack. And
There you go.
I will just give me one moment here, and I will put the link up. I have it in this massive Google Doc that says all the different links, all of them. So give me a moment here. Let's see here. Oh, good. It's the first one on the list. Let's see. Oh, there. Oh, well. Let's see. Stop. There. My Substack is called Snippets by Stephanie because I am into alliteration, apparently.
Good thing to be into.
So there it is right there. Mind you, I haven't written on it in a while. Like August. A while. And people keep subscribing to it. People keep subscribing to it, even though I haven't like posted anything on there in a while.
So, when you start posting on your Substack again, what kind of things would people expect?
So, okay, so I'm going to probably talk about like the different books as they come up. I'll be talking about just stuff that I'm doing in my personal life that isn't writing related. Maybe
Will there
links
be
to
snippets?
snippets. Yes, there will be snippets. I did share a snippet, but it was actually like a complete short story that was like 5,000 words. That's not a snippet. But but my plan was and still is to share like sneak peeks of like my favorite chapter or scene between characters in the books, which means I get to read them again. I was reading. What was I reading the other day? I was reading. Oh, I was reading one of my campground small town romances that are coming out. That's coming out next month, and I was like, "Oh, that's really funny." I said to myself. So the fact that I thought it's funny after not seeing it for a while, I think everyone else will find it funny. So yes, most of my books are written based on like experiences I've had, but obviously, being a witch is not an experience I have, unless you call my blood my experience, because witches run in my family line way back. Thanks, JC. Appreciate it. Yeah, as you can see, the last time I wrote anything on there was on July 20th, 2025. And it was a short story it was just a short story that I wrote that I may potentially turn into a longer story.
There you go.
So, I've seen other people
post on mine.
I've seen other people use Substack as a way to share like stories, like one chapter at a time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it said August.
Said August. Okay. 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 That makes sense. I believe you.
Oh no, yeah, July.
Oh yeah, the July 20th one was the date where anything can happen. That's the one I was thinking of expanding into a longer novel and kind of having one of the characters live in a town from one of my other books, and then another character living in a town from the other book, and then they go eventually to these different places in my books.
Nice.
July, August, whatever. It's been a while, okay? So I used to post weekly ones on Sunday night. Every Sunday night I would do one. Okay. Let's see. So yeah, I was trying different things. I was just posting everything like on Substack, and then I was gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna have one section of snippets by Stephanie where it's only my short stories are there, which is only one short story. And the short story I shared in August, but like my regular like newslettery type Substacks, the last one was in July. So yeah, that's not it really. Yeah, I used to do it a lot more, and I'm always like trying to figure out what type of layout I like. It's like my website. Don't look at it. I'm always messing around with it. Yes, there's only so many hours in a darn day.
What?
Yeah. So today, this is how as an author,
I thought you had a time dilator.
Me as an author mom, this is how I spent my day. I woke up this morning at like 4:30. Went back to sleep. Like got up off the couch because that's where I fell asleep. Came back into bed. Slept until 6 o'clock when one of my children woke up. And then I was like, listen, it is way too early to start anything with our day. So I'm going to go back to sleep. Wake me up at 8 o'clock so I can make you guys pancakes. Okay? And then Ileana came at some point. She woke me up. And then she came back in about 11:30. And I was like, why didn't you wake me up? And she's like, well, I tried. I'm like, okay, well, what were you doing in the meantime? She's like, well, I was drawing and I was waiting for Jackson to wake you up because I thought he would do it. And like, whatever. So I made pancakes and then the kids did schoolwork. And then once they were done with schoolwork, we left, went to the bookstore in town to check out my books that are on the bookshelf. They haven't moved. It's fine. And then I bought a couple of books, and one's like a thriller based in Texas, and one is a sequel to Holes, the movie. You know the movie book Holes. The author wrote it.
Small Steps.
Yes, that one. Yes. So I bought that one, and then went to the library. I had my monthly MS support group for Huntsville, Texas, because I have MS. And then at the same time, my kids had the teen night group where they were doing their first meeting of their manga anime teen club, where they were talking about different things of that.
That sounds delightful.
And Jackson actually talked about stuff, which was really great because he's usually quiet. And then after that, well, one of the librarians who I'm friends with drove me home, and then we had dinner, and then I sat on the couch for like an hour. Me and Jackson watched an episode of The Rookie, and then they all went to bed, and then I got my computer set up, and that was my day. That was my day. Sometimes, like, every release is different. Sometimes I think there was one book where I was like, I'm just gonna release it and I don't really care because I'm so annoyed with the world right now. But most of the time I'll do like lots of videos leading up to it. Like I'll do a video about how it came with the plot, or a video about the characters, or I'll do a live stream talking about it, and I'll do lots of posts and stuff. And next thing I know, it's like 5 days and 4 days and 3 days before it, and the best I can do is some like posts and reels on like Instagram and YouTube, and that's all I can do right now. So, anyways, hi. JC says hi to the vlog. Hello.
Hi.
All right. Monique says that she's messing with her website right now. So my website it doesn't look like I want it to look. Okay, because I have like my fantasy standalones, I have my romance novels, and so I'm like, do I want all the books on one page, or do I want like each I don't know how I want to do it. Okay, if I want like my first 6 Tales of the Heart books on one page, and then my bowling romance story on a different page, and you know how you have like a drop down menu across the top. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But for right now, it just has 6 books on there, and they're just the Tales of the Heart series. And then I have a blog page, which I don't really write on. And then I have my social media links. That's it. Mm-hmm. So, I have to update the covers of the books I have on there. And I update the links too. So, don't go there to find my books. Go to my link tree to find my books. Okay? Let's see. Yes. Separate the genres. So, like, all my romance on one page and my fantasy on another page. I think that would be yeah. What's going on over there, Laura? I hear thumping.
I'm trying not to... Oh, psh. That's my dad doing home renovation.
Oh.
Right outside my door.
Okay, separate the genres of drop downs. Okay. Doing well. I'm just talking about my newest book, which is River's Edge, being released. It's being released wide, so you can read it on any ebook or get it as a paperback through Amazon. No, I don't have audiobook. The closest audiobook you'll get to me is if I read out my stories one chapter at a time and post it online. Because I do not have the funds to do audiobooks. So that's about it right there. Yes. Any other questions, my lovely friends?
Have you done an author photo shoot for your author picture?
No, and here's why. Anyone that I have to take pictures of me, okay. It's my family to take pictures of me, okay? My husband he doesn't take great pictures. They're not flattering, to say the least, okay? They're not flattering. Jackson takes pictures, but they're like all off-centered. And Ileana takes good pictures, except for she's like, ugh, do I have to? But then she'll actually take good pictures. So, yeah, pretty much anyone that appears on screen with me is a writer. Yep. I really like it. Like, I've seen other people like go like to the park or whatever and set up cameras and like take pictures in different types of scenes and clothes or whatever, but nope. Not me. How about you, Laura?
Well, pretty much I use my pictures from family portrait sessions that we do. We just did one this Christmas. So that was the first time in a couple of years. So we got individuals as well as group photos
Oh, nice.
part of the session.
Yeah, I told my husband, like, can you just take more pictures of me? They'll take pictures of me, and I'm like the middle of eating or taking a bath. Or like
The most flattering.
Or like I'm slouching and I look all not how I want to look in pictures, and so I do a lot of like selfie type pictures with my kids. So
there's a Zirin J Zhao who always wears like a cosplay for her author photos.
Oh, okay.
One of them was a cow onesie.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. She has some pizzazz.
Yeah, I don't know. I hadn't really thought about it. I mean, there's lots of pretty things out here that I could always take pictures at or in front of, or there's not a river nearby though. Not within 5 miles anyway. There's a lake about 7 miles outside of town, and there's
you
a
should
state
get one
park.
with your face mostly submerged.
Oh, right, yeah. Always eating. Like, why? Everyone knows we eat. We don't need pictures, people.
Okay, so my mom is obsessed with chocolate, and she likes chocolate milk. So she made her own chocolate syrup for chocolate milk.
Mm-hmm.
We recycled a Hershey's bottle for the Hershey syrup, and I had to make the new label to go on top. I used the photo of her licking a plate at a fancy restaurant and have that plastered on there.
Oh, wow.
Nana's syrup may contain vanilla, because she always adds her homemade vanilla extract to everything. To be fair, she approved of the label.
Oh, all right. Well, that's even better, for sure.
Yeah. She had to print it out at work.
That's so funny.
So what is the rest of your plan for your celebrations?
I don't know. I was kind of hoping the book would be live by now.
Yeah, mine still says pre-order when I have it up.
Oh, it's live now. It says. Let's see. Is it true? Are you gonna lie to me? What do you mean? Pre-order with one click. Title will be allowed to deliver to your Kindle on the 23rd. It is the 20th. Isn't it the 23rd?
Is it Pacific time or Eastern time?
I don't even know. I don't know. Maybe I'll Google that real quick. What time does...
What time zone does Amazon run on?
Pacific time zone.
Okay, so it's only 10:44.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute, isn't it already? And it's fine. Okay, it's fine. I'll stop staring at the pre-order link. It's whatever. All right. Well, thanks, JC. Appreciate it. I guess I should have done my release at like 2 a.m. party. I should be sleeping at 2 a.m. By the way,
That is true.
am I always sleeping at 2 a.m.? No. Um, I don't know. I was kind of like hoping to like for it to go live on the screen, and then me be able to like cry when no one buys my book right at midnight. As far as I know, there has been no pre-orders, but that's okay. I don't. I mainly put the book on pre-order for as a way to like put my butt into gear and get
And
a
have a link to share.
have a link to share, and have an actual deadline that I can't. I mean, I could move it, but then you have a risk of like losing pre-orders availability on Amazon. Yeah. So, you guys asked a lot of questions. That was a lot of talking I did. Thank you, by the way. Appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna go over some. I'm gonna rapid fire some other answers to questions that people might have. Yes, I created all my books. No, I don't. I didn't use AI. I created them in Canva. They're with many different images, and I edited the crap of those images. And no, I didn't hire an artist to do the books. No, I didn't hire a professional $1,000 a word editor to edit my books. Why do I write? Because I feel compelled to tell a story, and it's frowned upon to tell lies to people you like, so you might as well write books instead of lie. Is that a good one? Thanks, appreciate it. I just planned I was gonna do like a release week vlog, like the whole week. I was gonna like just talk about it my week, and
Like a countdown as
yes,
well.
like each day I'm like, oh, it's a week or 6 days or 5 days, and then I was gonna release it like the day after release day, and I barely did anything. So I've been sharing a couple of different like shorts and stuff like that, but nothing pre-planned. Trust me, my characters tell enough lies. So funny story. I gave a couple of my books away from my very first romance story, Ways of Love and Laughter, and I gave it to a couple of people at my church. One is a teacher, and the other one is just someone that we're friends with. But they're both. The one I gave to my teacher is not the current version you can find online because I've edited it since then. She's like, so I'm like, okay, yeah, I know there's gonna be some errors in it, mainly like because I switched from first person dual point of view to first person point of view for the whole book, like from one character. And she's like, yeah, I can see when you should have said he said, but you said she said, and then she's about, last time I talked to her, she was about 75% of the book. I was like, so thought. She goes, she's so dramatic, the main character. I go, yes, I'm aware. Like, I'm aware that she's like over the top reactions to stuff. Like, I'm aware. But no,
Does she
but
take after a certain person in real life?
I can be dramatic at times, yes. Okay. But I was like, but by the time you get to the first Christmas story I wrote in the series, where it's centered on this couple again, she's very much calmed down. So, but I thought that was a funny review from someone. She's dramatic. Yes, I know. Yeah, I don't think there's. I mean, this River's Edge. I wouldn't say she's dramatic. I think she's just like, what am I supposed to do with all the secrets in my family regarding this magic I had no idea it existed type thing. Yeah,
So, what are the vibes of
the
this book?
vibes. Think like the atmosphere. I'm thinking like forested areas near the water where there's lots of fog weaving in and out. Kind of almost like gothic type vibes, but not gothic. I don't know. Like lots of like
Gothic without the architecture.
there you go. Yes. There's lots of like mist and fog and that sort of. I don't know. That's hard to say. It's hard to explain.
Beautiful.
Okay. If you look at my shorts and my reels about this book, the video I have in them in the background is literally like rolling water or going over the landscape of forest, and it's really foggy and misty. So that's why I use those videos that I found on Canva. Because I did not take those videos myself. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't go out there and find a misty forest or a misty river flowing over rocks in just the right way.
Could be an adventure.
It was easier to do when I was writing my small town romance series that were based on the Oregon coast. I had lots of videos and pictures when we went to the Oregon coast and visited family, so it was easier to like incorporate those pictures and stuff from that. But not this one, unfortunately.
You didn't drive an RV to England?
I did not. The furthest to New England I got was Pennsylvania.
Ooh.
So, and we stayed there for like 6 weeks or so. It was fun. We didn't get to see as much as I wanted to. We didn't even make it to the Gettysburg. So, when we were like 20 minutes away, there wasn't time. Like, there was a lot of stuff to check out and see. And we just didn't get to see it all. Oh.
Happy release. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for hopping on. Thanks for asking me some questions. So now that part is over. If you guys just want to watch the clock until 2 o'clock and then, yell at me again, happy birthday or whatever, it's fine.
Happy release day.
I'll throw confetti. I think I don't have anything else to talk about. I shared the title, I shared the link, I shared what the book was about. If you want to find out any of my other books, they're down there in the description box down below. I think I've listed them all, honestly. That's about it.
Which series are complete?
Which series are complete?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a hard question, Laura. Oh my gosh. Okay. So my very first series I wrote that's underneath my different name, Whitson, is done. It is a mostly true account of my less than stellar upbringing. That is done. I'm not writing about that ever again because it was traumatizing and sad, and I need something different to write. So that's done, like over and done with. And those titles are Tears of Yesterday, Storms of Today, Dark Side of Tomorrow. Sadness, see? Lots of sad and tears and crying, clouds and stormy weather. Tales of the Heart series, which has 6 books. That is complete. I don't think I'm going to be writing more books in that series of people that are mentioned in those books. So those are done. And those are in Kindle Unlimited. Why? Because they were in Kindle Unlimited, so they were getting read in there, so I decided to leave it in there. And the other reason why I did not put them wide is because they're on my external, which I didn't feel like taking it through my thousands of files on my external, finding them, putting them on a computer, and like uploading into other places. Just being lazy, so I left them in Kindle Unlimited. And it's completed 6 books, all done. So that is completed. My bowling-centered romance of people, it's unknown if it's completed. I'm going to say I'm 90% sure that is completed. That's coming out this year. And I'm 90% sure my campground romance series that comes out in the late fall is completed. Because I don't have any more ideas for them. As of right now, all the books that are coming out or have come out, they're in completed series because I haven't come up with any more ideas. I'm sure I could probably come up with more ideas for the campground series because it's a campground coming in and out. People coming in and out, different seasons. I could probably
Mm-hmm.
come up with more. I could probably expand the bowling area books into more, but I don't know.
How do you come up with ideas?
Well, experience. So here's the thing. I came up with the campground idea because we used to travel in RV and go camping a lot. So I came up with that idea because of that. And then um, my aunt had a bowling alley. My husband bowled. I was bowling before we traveled, so I thought it'd be fun to like do bowling themed titles for romance stories. Sometimes I'll like be watching a show and like a line will like prick an idea in me, or sometimes like I honestly got the idea for one of my fantasy stories because I was driving down the road with the RV and it was down this windy road and there was like trees coming over the road and it was really shadowy and misty, and that's came up with that idea. I like scribbled it in my notebook as I was driving down the road. So um, I guess I never know where ideas come from. Uh, the Small Town Romance series, I wanted it to be more than 3 books, and then I got to like book number 5. It's like I want an even number of books in the series. I don't know why. Like I wanted an even number of books, so I decided to write a second Christmas short story to make it to 6 books total. So there's that. I don't really. The bowling romance and the camp romance. I knew there were going to be 3 books and only 3 books. But my first romance series that's not completed, I didn't really have an idea of how many books were going to be in the series. I just kept on like, oh well, this side character should get the next story, or this side character should get the 2 stories from now, that sort of thing. Where do you come up with your ideas, Laura?
Well, oh, where's my book? It ran away.
Oh no.
There it is. Found it. So here's how I came up with a few of my story ideas.
Okay.
There's these things called story seeds. So I would do this.
Okay.
So so each one's a different story idea.
Oh.
So I would come up with, yeah. Where's the master list?
So where did you come up with these story scenes? Like, was there a list somewhere, or did you make it up as you went, or like?
Back in 2019, I took the Story Magic Academy from Rachel Stevens, who
Okay.
was an author tuber back in the day. So she had you come up with things in these certain categories, and then you would mix and match them to make a story seed. So you would mix and match genre and mood, motive goals, key relationships, my current obsession, a theme topic, influences, problems I faced, and what ifs. So I would make lists under each of those categories and then start mixing and matching. So the one that I have actually been utilizing was Brainwash Rebels. And my genre mood was dark sci-fi. My motive goal was remember who they are. That will lead to overthrowing the empire. My theme and topics were brainwashing, reevaluating self and goals. The influence was Star Wars, Hannibal, the TV show, and Rogue One, specifically. My key relationships were Band of the Brainwashed, so like a group, and then a victim/controller relationship. My what if was, what if on a rebel mission my team was captured and brainwashed, then forced into the system? And the premise was, on a sabotage mission, a rebel squad are captured and brainwashed. Separated and put in the system, one rebel fights to remember who they are and what their mission is. Once they awake, they track down um, or help the others to finally carry out their mission. So that was my initial idea, which then turned into Brainwash Brothers, which is this whole shebang where I have a thesis, an antithesis, the theme, um, the comfort zone of my characters, and then the discomfort zones, like the known world, the unknown world. My main character, his brother, and so like I did that to come up with some story ideas. I do. I did a bunch of mind mapping of like what are my obsessions, like what do I want to explore.
Okay.
And then let's see. Eventually, I did full on plot embryos to outline it. But yeah, like I would do that, and then sometimes I'll just take the theme of a anthology or whatever that I want to submit to, and just start mind map brainstorming from there. Different things that would adhere to the theme or the prompt that is required for the anthology.
I'll have to watch this rest and replay. Time to go out for a daily walk. It's all right.
Have fun.
Have fun. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Also, if my one pre-order that has come through is from any of you guys on screen, thank you very much. Or in the chat, thank you very much. Appreciate it. It's always nice to see that it's not a wasted effort, even if it's at the last minute from anyone. Appreciate it. I appreciate any and all. It's totally fine. Yeah. So that's a really nice notebook. Where'd you get the notebook from?
Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
It literally says, "My big fat bullet journal, blue chinoiserie pattern on navy."
Okay. That's so funny. My big fat bullet journal.
Yeah. So the pages are numbered. So it is dot grid, and it's 312 pages. 8.5 by 11.
Well, what does your cover look like? Okay. I found one, but it's not that cover. It just says my big fat bullet notebook. And it's out of print.
Ooh.
That's so funny.
Alas, I put a French bakery sticker over the ISBN number.
Darn you.
I know, I can't figure out what it is.
Wow. There's a lot of big fat notebooks. Oh, my big fat bullet journal sparkly letters. They're all out of print. Why can't you put them back in print? Ah, so sad. That's a nice size though, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, that was nice. I don't know if they sell mine anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see it.
That's okay. I guess it's fine. Oh, so sad. All right. Um, did you want to do any work tonight, Laura? Or are you needing to do any work tonight?
I'm willing.
You're willing. What would I do? Oh, I could probably write that Substack. I should probably write.
Uh,
Um,
let's see. Here's this. Let me find the fire chat. Here's this dot grid book. Same number of pages, about the same size. For $23.
that is, oh my gosh, that is such a long link that you sent me. It's like this long. Watch this. All right, let's see.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I thought I only copied the part it needed.
It's okay. Ooh, that's a nice size one. 312
Yeah.
pages, dot grid. Yeah, I bought this set right here. It was this one, and it has 3 different colored bookmarks, and it came with 2 sets. It was this one, and then a dark blue one. I was going to do like one bullet journal for Illy's, like school stuff, one for Jackson's. But it's not. There's a date up above each, and it's lined. So, wasn't exactly what I was looking for, but
Here's a spiral bound one.
Ooh.
For a couple bucks cheaper. It is 300 pages.
All right.
Anyway.
So. Okay, so that concludes my talking about myself and my books. I think that's all I can handle for an hour. But if we want to, we can do some working sprints, or we can just call it a night. Laura, what would you like? Do you want some working time, or call it a night?
Probably call it a night. I work
Okay.
in the morning.
All right, fine by me. I can always write my stuff not sitting on my bed. All right. Okay, so hold on. I gotta clear out some of these tabs before I accidentally click the wrong one. Okay, people.
If you disappear and leave me here,
That is why.
there will be riots.
Yes. Okay. All right, so I've closed them all out. I'm going to do my closing. Actually, Laura, do you want to talk about anything about yourself? Because you're here, so you might as well promote whatever you want to promote about yourself, where you can find you, where you can't find you, how we should stalk you, leave you alone, support you and not support you, pray for you, to the gods of the sun, whatever, it's all good.
Sacrifice to my internet. I'm Lordals. I am here and there and everywhere. I had a work meeting today, and they are cutting hours, so I have my Tuesdays off again. So I have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off every week, so I will be around even more so again. Woot woot!
Yay.
I'm excited. Give me my 3-day weekends. So yeah, I'm excited. So I will be around more often, probably doing some pop-up streams. And there is a marathon coming up called the AuthorTube and BookTube Under 1K Sub Marathon. And I have been making games galore for that marathon. And that's
How many streams are you hosting?
At least 4.
Yeah, I don't know. 3, 4, 5 I'm doing. I've lost count.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember.
It might be 5. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I know I'm co-host on Skies. 2 of Skies that are back to back.
I put myself as a co-host with you guys.
Great. Like, I don't care. If people want to be with me, that's great. If not, it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't like going in the asking for co-host channels. Like, hey, who wants to co-host with me? Because every time I've ever done a big thing like this, and I ask, no one ever wants to co-host with me. Like, wants to be on mine. So,
It might be because you're usually streaming the evening,
yeah, that's true. I
the
should
late
probably start.
evening.
I should probably start showing my face online at different parts of the day.
Mm.
Yes. Okay.
JC.
Let's see what we got here. JC said, "Congrats again, you two." Or she said, "Have a good night, you two. Congrats again." Oh, hi, Barrett. Right? That's your. That's. Is that? I want to say it's Barrett. Is the Foggy author's name? Said, "Happy New Book Baby Day." Not to the gods of the sun. We're supposed to have freezing temps here over the weekend, like 18, 22 high. Here in Texas, by the way.
My sister
So,
is supposed to get 20 inches of snow in Boston.
I believe it. Yes. Nice about a face and name says,
Hello.
last time this under 1K subscriber marathon happened, I strained for over 20 hours total in a week. It was insane. Because a lot of people kept on dropping off at the last minute, so I was like, is it Brett? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Brett. I probably said it wrong. I'm horrible memory. I don't have my wall. That's people's channels and channel names. Next to my desk, I have a wall and it has like their channel name and then what their real name is if it's not in their channel name.
Oh. I just have a folder of AuthorTube photos for thumbnails and stuff from when I did the AuthorTube pet timer.
Oh yeah. So here's the thing. I tried doing a timer, following along to I want to say it was Jenna? No. Someone recently posted like a tutorial how to create a timer in Canva, and I did it and it didn't work.
Oh man.
It was like, all right, find a video that's at least 20 seconds long, put it as your background. Then find a timer that's at least 30 minutes, like a 30-minute timer, and then put it over the top of it. Okay, and then, but whenever I did that, it replaced. I couldn't figure it out. Okay, couldn't figure it out.
It replaces the background.
Yeah, well, it's like, I thought you guys all did your timers by having 50 million slides, and each slide was exactly
I do have
1 second
50
long.
million slides.
And each slide was exactly 1 second long. So if it was like a 30-minute timer, it was like 5 million slides. So it was like
30 times 60.
Yeah, well, whatever. Do the math. I'm not doing the math, but that's but the point is that's why I thought how you guys all did it. Is like each slide or each second of the timer was 1 slide.
I didn't have to do that when Pinnacle Studio actually supported their timer function overlay.
Oh.
But then they stopped supporting it. And so then I had to start making them on Canva for my countdowns for when my streams would start. And so that's about 60 slides a piece.
So yeah, you do 1 second as like each.
But
slide
I
is
changed the background picture for each second as well.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could do that for like each book cover you have, or each person.
I
or
don't
each
have
channel.
that many book covers. Although I could include all the book covers of the anthologies and magazines I'm in.
That's true, you could. And then plus some pictures of Roy. That'd be cool too. So I did accounts, and at the end of this year, I will have 18 books out.
Nice.
But I kind of told the kids, I was like, listen, at the end of the year, if I don't start like getting some sales and read-throughs of my romance books, maybe I should start writing a different genre and see what genre is, would be better suited for my writing style. Mm-hmm. Maybe I should, like a romance where the person is a cannibal and eats their love to death. I don't know, whatever. I could do it
for me.
What, me? What's wrong? Did you write that? Did you write
Not
that?
quite. Not
Not
quite.
quite. Okay.
I
I
have
was
a
making.
reverse cannibal story, but I
Oh,
also have
I was just making stuff
uh
up on the fly. Okay.
I have Valentine horror drabbles that were published in Loves Me Not. One of them was called Chloroform Cherries. Where for the Valentine they give her cherry cordials, but the cherries are soaked in chloroform.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Mm-hmm.
All
It
right.
was.
So the Foggy Bottom is Brett. Just call him Foggy. Let's see here. What do we got? Oh, Laura, I meant to text you something last night. Hold on a second. JC said to you. And JC said, damn, go Stephanie, that's going to be one hell of a backlist. If people start reading my books, it's going to be one hell of a backlist. Damn it. One of these days, a book will take off, and they're like, oh my gosh, I love this. And then they're going to read all my books, and then they'll give me horrible one-star reviews. And it'll be fine, because any review is better than no review, right? All right. You do newsletter swaps and stuff. I could do that. Yeah, I don't even know how. Actually, I do know how. I am blessed with insomnia. And also blessed with fatigue. Yeah, I'm just blessed with insomnia. So I used to fight it, but now when I'm tired enough to sleep, I sleep. When I'm awake, I'm awake. So that is why I don't mind doing those 12-hour live streams with Sky, because I'm usually awake the whole night anyway. Thank you.
You're not gonna like the bingo board I made for the marathon.
Why? What did you do?
One of the squares includes you have to sleep for at least 5 hours.
Okay. I mean, it's a whole week. I'm sure I'll sleep for, well, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. We'll see.
There's also eat 3 vegetables for a square. I tried to add some self-care stuff to it because it's a whole week. We want us to survive.
I bet on an apple and peanut butter kick. So if there's fruits on the square, then I will definitely eat that. Or no vegetables.
There's vegetables, sleep, and drinking water.
I just think interviews. Yeah, right. An interview. A couple of my books have gotten like 3 and 4-star reviews, but no words. No worded review. But I'm okay. I just like if someone left a worded review every once in a while, because then I could take the worded review and then share it. Look what someone said about my book. You should read it too. Whatever. It means that someone took the time to read your book. Yes. 5 hours total or 5 hours at one time?
I was thinking at one time.
Okay. Eat 3 vegetables. Does bacon count as a vegetable? I really wish bacon wasn't so expensive. I'd eat it more often. Because, I mean, once you open a package, you can't be like, oh, I'm going to cook a few pieces. You're going to eat the whole package. Especially if everyone in the house likes bacon, too.
BLTs for days.
Yes. Okay.
That would get you the lettuce.
That's true.
And the tomato.
That's true.
I will let tomatoes count as a vegetable for this.
How about avocados? Because in the States they're treated as a vegetable. In the States they are treated as a vegetable because they're like go on salads and sandwiches and stuff like that. But down in like Brazil, they're treated as a fruit and they're made in like fruit smoothies and stuff like that. So
okay.
So I learned that in my anthropology class a long time ago. My language and culture anthropology class.
Nice.
Okay, so I'm gonna do my thing, and then we're gonna say goodbye, and it'll be great and perfect. Okay, so here's my Universal book link for my newest book, River's Edge, which is a YA historical fantasy set in 18th century England. It's 120 pages, so you could totally read it in one sitting if you so desire. It's available on Amazon as a paperback, ebook, anywhere else. It's slowly filtering out to like Barnes and Noble and things like that. If you look down in my description box down below, there is a link to pretty much anything I have available. My Linktree, my Substack, my this book, and all my other books I have out there. I'm trying to get better at vlogging. Have I done it yet? No. I will eventually, yes. And because you all are expecting it, I will be writing a Substack and sharing it probably tomorrow. The end. That's about it. Really, thanks Laura for hanging out. Thanks everyone that hung out and everyone that answered questions in the chat. Because honestly, I didn't know what I was going to talk about after 10 minutes. So glad someone came through for me. Woohoo! That's that. I think that's about it. Really. Foggy Bottom says BLTs for days. Bacon now officially counts as a vegetable. You heard it first here. This is now my favorite stream of the year.
On the BLTs counts as a vegetable. And maybe
Okay.
the tomato.
I like cheese and bacon and mayonnaise sandwiches.
Ooh.
You're welcome. Okay. I think that is it. I'm going to stop talking now. I know there's going to be comments that come through. I'm going to ignore it. Oh, she said thank you, Laura. I won't ignore that one. You two are amazing. JC says, why thank you.
Immediately broke your word.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate it. In about 40 minutes, it will go live.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever time that means for you, but in 40 minutes from now, we will be going live. So, also, if you hate the book, don't tell me. If you read it and you're like, you should never write fantasy ever again as long as you live, and you're a horrible writer, don't tell me. You should. But also, if I'm a horrible writing fantasy, you should probably tell me and say, don't, that's not your genre. I'm kidding. I'm horrible on myself. Okay. JC says, don't ignore me. And Foggy Bottom says, take care, have an amazing day. And now I'm saying goodbye. You have all my links. Goodbye.